August of last year with my best friend, the late Giuseppe. He passed away on January 14th of this year, so since he can't be here for this reading, I'm going to be holding up this mask during his portions of our conversation. Can you introduce yourself? Certainly. My name is Giuseppe, or Seppi for short. It is estimated that I'm around 19 years old. I am a Jack Russell Terrier Chihuahua mix. I weigh 7 pounds. I am largely blind and deaf. I only have 3 teeth and can barely keep any food or water in my mouth, and my tongue is always sticking out. I first met you 10 years ago through my owner, who has been your partner since such time. You're famous for shying away from interviews. Why did you agree to this one? Allow me to be blunt. I'm an old man. The majority of my days are behind me. When I'm gone, people will tell stories about me that really have very little to do with me and more to do with their projecting their own narratives, their own insecurities, their own hopes. I feel that it is important for there to be a document of my own words so as to minimize later confusion about me and my life's work. What was your early life like? It's not something I remember very well. I just remember there being a lot of fear while I was living on the streets. Lots of not knowing where my next meal would come from. It's why I've often hidden some of my food around my house for later, in case my supply ran out. Did you never have any owners before your current one? I'm not sure. Humans were involved in my trauma, as were other animals, but I don't remember how. But now I feel panic whenever any living thing who I don't know comes near me. It's why I always have one ear up in the air. I've heard my owner toss around the term PTSD in regards to me. Is that something you're familiar with? Funny you should mention that. I was actually diagnosed with PTSD after seeing my mom get hit by a car when I was a teenager. It was her own car, and we just happened to be leaving our apartment as it was being stolen. And as it was starting to drive toward us, I ran to the other side of the street to the locked driver's door. I was trying to open it, who knows why. My mom ran after me and stopped in the middle of the street, and the Jeep ran her down. She came very close to dying. I don't know why I chased the car to begin with. Hey, maybe you have more in common with dogs than you think. Chasing cars is kind of what we're known for. Anyway, I'm sorry about your mom. I can understand your pain. I know that my species getting hit by cars is an epidemic. I may not like other dogs, but I don't want them to become roadkill. I wish dogs were more careful. Well, that is the failing of the dog population, how carefree we are to a fault. Never thinking of what consequences may await us in the next second. Do you have any children? I believe so. None that I met, but with the kind of life I lived on the street, I must have had several. How do you feel about that? I have a lot of guilt for not being around in my children's lives, assuming they exist. But absentee parenting is also part of canine culture, for better or worse. We grow up a lot faster than humans, both physically and emotionally. Maybe not having parents plays a part in that. I do wish I was able to have a childhood, though. I take it you have no memory of your own parents? None. I'm sure they've both been dead for years, considering I'm ancient. I do think about them and wonder if they ever thought about me. I think they would have wanted me to be a good dog, so that's who I try to be every day. What does it take to be a good dog? It depends on who you ask. If you ask a human, they more than likely associate being a good dog with complacency and obedience. Those who rebel against the system are shunned. In many cases, they are killed. I'm not interested in human criteria. To me, being a good dog means one thing: integrity. Do you ever long to create art? I am not afforded the same opportunities as your kind for painting, for playing the piano, for creating a beautiful vase. Lack of fingers is the biggest hindrance. I wish I could even enjoy art, the way you humans watch movies, listen to music, read books, go to museums. It doesn't do anything for me other than feeling the comfort of sound in general. You people really seem to live for those experiences. I'm jealous of how that must feel. But since you can't create physical art, how do you manifest that imagination? It's simple. I have had to become art. My body is my canvas. Can you give an example? One day in 2014, while lying in my master's arms on our couch, I caught a glimpse of an open latrine in the restroom down the hall. It was then that I decided to leap down, dart to the toilet, and dive in. I remember that. It was one of the first things I heard about you. We wondered for so long about your motives. That's exactly it. I will leave you wondering forever. But as you ponder this mystery, your brain will open up to new possibilities. The splashing in the toilet is my artistic statement. Now that you're near the finish line, how do you feel about how your life has gone? I know that I'm lucky to have lived this long. I wasn't expected to live past my second birthday. My life has been full of conquest and companionship. There are many who haven't been so fortunate. What's your favorite memory of us? When you take me out to poop, and I pace around and do multiple spins and eventually can trick you into stepping into my droppings. That's always pretty funny. What do you think happens when we die? I don't know, but my hopes aren't high for my kind. Other than that movie about all dogs going to heaven, I haven't heard anything about canines having an afterlife. I'm doubtful about my kind having one too. It bums me out so much how you and I won't reconnect after this short time together that we have left. Is that why you're always staring at me and taking pictures of me with that damn phone? I'm sorry for doing that. I just don't know how I'm going to survive without you. You'll be okay. It won't feel that way for a long time, but you'll be okay. Do you fear being forgotten? There's no way I won't be forgotten. Eventually everyone who ever knew me will be dead. Why fear the inevitable? Well, I fear being forgotten more than anything. It's part of the reason that I make art as some sort of artifact of my existence. Even if those artifacts get buried in storage or the butt crack of the internet or whatever else. That seems to be the standard for your species. Everything from your internet presence to your need to procreate to the art you produce. It all reeks of the need to be noticed, to leave behind some drop in this unending ocean we call life. And yet you're right. You will be forgotten and you know it. It is my belief that this internal strife within you is a big part of the reason you admire us canines. We do not concern ourselves with such matters. Our concern is the here and now. There's many reasons I admire dogs. There's something in those big glassy eyes, the sense of wonder with the world. I'm so envious of that. I also admire the way that you can have such uncomplicated relationships with each other and with us. Whenever anyone tells me they like or love me, I assume that they're missing some detail about me that would change their opinion. I don't feel that way about you. Like if I killed someone, I would lose all my relationships with people, but it wouldn't phase our relationship. I've killed so many birds, I don't give a fuck what you do. There's something honest about that way of viewing relationships. And it's not that you are beneath me or just don't understand human norms. It's that your brain just doesn't work that way. You're on a different wavelength. Norms are for the so-called civilized. I've never wanted to be a part of it. All those show dogs on television fucking disgust me. It's why I lick my genital region every chance I get. It's why I pee whenever a stranger tries to pet me. It's me saying, I'm not your show dog. I'm not here for your amusement, and I never will be. Fuck you. If my life has a meaning, that's the meaning. You're a good dog. You're a good dog, Giuseppe. I know. Thank you.